Hi guys, welcome back to Real Talk Only. In this video, we're going to be looking at the viral TikTok of a young black woman who basically says she loves being skinny. Let's get into the original video and some reactions from other people, and I'll come back with my commentary at the end. Let me know what you think about this down in the comment section, and I'll see you later.
My favorite thing to be is skinny. And I fear you cannot say that out loud, but it is my favorite thing to be, and it is my favorite fear to not be. And this is just for me personally. This is all personal to me. But I just wanted to say it out loud because honestly, it's all I think about. It's just all I think about. Okay.
If you're fat, you're fat. How are y'all mad at Slim Kim for saying her favorite thing to be is skinny? Me too. Like, never want to be big. I remember literally saying, dang, I've always been built like a track star. I wish I had a little bit of weight on me so I could be one of them girls in the gym that went from like a big old tumbling weight to something skinny. You have something to look forward to. I remember I said that. Then I started to realize, oh my gosh, trying to lose weight is harder than putting it on. Hell no. I do not want to know what it feels like to be walking and to be out of breath. I don't want to know what it's like to have to pick up skin to shower. I don't want to know what it's like to be so big that when I'm walking, it look like I'm knock-kneed. I don't want that. Neither does Slim Kim. She never said anything about big people, but big people are taking offense to it. Sounds like the shoe fit. People love this, oh, you're being fat phobic. She never said anything about fat people. She just said she loved being slim. Duh. People treat you a little bit better when you smaller. Hello, somebody. They do. And being big don't mean that you're unhealthy, right? That's just not the look that she wants. Neither do I. And a lot of us don't want that look, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't rather be small and healthy rather than big and healthy. Duh. That's a lot to carry around.
What if Slim Kim was Big Kim and she was unattractive and fat and said, I love being big. I love it. I embrace it. This is what I love to be. Would y'all be mad? Because I don't think so. I don't think that women who are not plus size would be bothered by a woman who is bigger saying, I love being bigger. I embrace being big, whatever it might be. Women have a problem with a woman who is attractive to them, intimidating to them, and very much in shape. So it is if you are a small woman, I've talked about this before, and you embrace being skinny and in shape and being a small frame, people make you feel like you can't speak about that. Monique's whole career was about being a big woman and making skinny bees feel like they wasn't worth nothing. So the fact that women are upset and calling her names because she's saying that me personally, she made it I like to be skinny. And I ain't mad at her. I love the shape that I am and I want to maintain my weight. But again, it's very hypocritical when it comes to how women perceive other women. Okay.
What exactly has skinny girls done to you people in this life? Skinny girls cannot catch a break. It is my responsibility to love myself the way I am, and I love myself the way I am. So how come when a skinny girl says, oh, I love being skinny, fatphobic, 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 or when a fat girl says, oh, I love being fat, oh, yes girl, body positivity, yes girl. But once a skinny girl says, oh, I love being skinny, hey, she's fatphobic, oh, she hates fat people, oh. What is the opposite of fatphobic? I'm sure you haven't even heard the word, because it's always skinny girls that are catching. All my life I've been skinny. All my life I've been skinny. So how come it's now my own skinniness that will now make you hate your own fatness. Eh? I can't understand it. Fat people will say, oh, you guys should make extra large, put extra large, put bigger sizes on the shelf. All my life, I've been tailoring my clothes. Nothing I buy is ever my size. Everything I have, extra sewing, I'll sew here, I'll tie the sleeve. All my life, all my clothes. If I bring out all my clothes, there's somewhere that I stitched it so that it can hold my body. But you don't see me on social media shouting and crying. Eh? It's not my fault that I'm skinny. And I feel like you guys, when you're fat, you have the option of going skinny. But when you're skinny, it's hard to gain weight. We all know metabolism is like this. 2 seconds, the 2 kg I gained, I will lose it in 1 second. So, I don't know what to say, man. Skinny girls, we ain't catching a break. I don't think we are.
I was so skinny that my childhood nickname used to be Toothpick, and it made me extremely insecure. But as I got older and became an adult, I learned to like my body and to accept my body for what it is. So why would it be a problem if a smaller woman was to come on this app and say, I like being skinny or I like my body? How come that is not body positivity, but people are looking at that as being weird and trying to label it as being fat phobic? And I watched the video and she said that she liked being skinny. She didn't say that everyone should be skinny, everyone should go to the gym. So I'm not understanding why people are bringing fat phobia in the conversation when fat phobia wasn't in the conversation to begin with. I do feel like it's a double standard because as a smaller woman, if I was to say I like being skinny, I like my body, everybody be like, whoa, pump your brakes, you can't be fat phobic. I wasn't being fat phobic to begin with. I was just telling you that I like my body. I do feel like some people are intentionally trying to misunderstand the conversation and create a different narrative, because the video I saw, me personally, I don't think she was being weird at all. I don't think she was trying to offend anyone, and I didn't hear anything that she said that could have been fat phobic. So again, I'm not understanding why fat phobia is being brought into this conversation. I believe a lot of people are projecting, but that's a conversation for another day.
Listen, I know that girl Slim Kim came on here and said that all she thinks about is being slim and being skinny. And listen, I ain't here to talk about that, but what I'm here to talk about is, you want to know what I think about night and day and night? I want small titties. I want to be Commander-in-Chief, Mayor of, Secretary of State for the Itty Bitty Titty Committee. That's what I wanted. That's what I want. That's what I need. Okay? Yeah, being skinny's nice. Not that I've ever experienced it, but I'm sure it's nice. But I want small tatas. That's what I want. We're talking about the wrong thing here. We're talking about the wrong obsession. If we're gonna have conversations, let's have the conversations that matter. I'm sorry.
If someone's favorite thing to be is skinny and their least favorite thing to be is not skinny, let them have it. But trust that the world is going to hold them to that. If the confidence that you exude is sourced and rooted in a very surface level privilege attribute about yourself, that is why people will like you. Your confidence is shiny. People gravitate towards it. Most of that surface level stuff is fleeting or largely very unfulfilling in like a deep spiritual, actual, meaningful way. So when it does go away, then what? And also, you can still be skinny and hate yourself. I don't know if people know that, but like you can be physically attractive and like still not like yourself. One of my favorite quotes comes from Meghan Markle. She actually had a podcast. It was really good a couple years ago. She said that her mother had told her that it was far more important for her to focus less on being physically attractive and more on being interesting. And I would add to that as women that we should be more focused on being good people and being interesting people than we should on our physical appearance. When your confidence is rooted in your character, you will attract people who actually like you for you. And when you yourself are feeling shaky, feeling unsure, they will remind you of who you are, hold you up to the standard of you instead of some unrealistic, dangerous, and sometimes unattainable beauty standard that is actually really harmful. So let's just remember what it means to actually say that your favorite thing about yourself is that you're skinny. And like what that does for yourself. Okay?
Can I be fucking for real? Y'all know I love being fucking for real. It be making y'all mad, but I just want to be fucking for real. And if you have not been both big and small, The order does not matter. Maybe you grew up small and now you gained weight and you're bigger. Or maybe you grew up big like me and then you lost the weight and now you're smaller. It don't matter. If you do not know what it's like to be both big and be small, then I just need you to sit and listen. Just let me hold your hand. Just let me talk to you right quick. Y'all trying to eat Slim Kim up. And to me, that was a transparency post, baby. That was honest. Can we call it fat phobic? Absolutely. But I'm here to tell you, as someone who grew up big, got small, and now I'm not even as skinny as I used to be. I'm a thick pony. I ain't no stallion. I ain't tall. I'm a pony. I've got on here and said, oh, I love living in the South. I live in the South because I don't have to kill myself to maintain the weight I was when I was living in California. When I was a vegan and doing cardio every day, that was unhealthy. I couldn't maintain that. But in the South, I can be the size that I am. I could be a little thicker. I can eat a little bit more. I can eat till I'm full. And not have to worry about nothing. And I'm not even talking about the men, because y'all always try and take it to the men, and that's not what I'm talking about. You will realize, if you have been both big and small, the world treats you better when you smaller, babes. The world, I don't never get mad at nobody for saying they want to be skinny. Why wouldn't you want to have an easy life? We can talk about how it's not right. It's not right. But one thing I can confirm, life do be better when you're thinner. It do. People treat you better. And as someone who grew up bigger and then got smaller, my perspective is there was shit that I was going through that I didn't even know I was going through. People was talking to me weird and I didn't even catch it until I got smaller and they stopped. I'm not talking about the men. I'm talking about my family, my friends, the people I went to church with, the people I went to school with, strangers in the street. Something I will never forget realizing is the first time I went to the restaurant and noticed that people was not staring at me weird eating. And I didn't even realize that people were staring at me weird eating when I was big. I didn't realize that they was doing that until I got small and I looked up and all of a sudden no one was looking up at me. Oh, that's the type of mind fuck you go through when you've been both big and small. So when a bitch get on here and be like, no, I want to be small. Anybody who been both big and small gonna tell you, well, that makes sense. Because why wouldn't you want to have an easy life? Being big is not gonna give you the easiest existence. Not in America, babes. It just simply isn't. Y'all got mad at me when I said I don't know what Cynthia and Ariana are going through, but it is concerning because they at the level right now with the way they prancing around promoting Wicked that, you know, heroin thin is back in. That's going to affect the little girls, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, whether it's none of our business to comment to or not. That's going to affect the young ladies. And you're going to get more of motherfuckers getting on here being like, I want to be thin. I like being thin. Because what we had got to the point where it was not appropriate to say. And at least if it's not appropriate to say, then it gives us the air, the illusion that we can exist freely.
It is weird to say that
I love being a size 6. My life changed for the better when I got skinny. Being skinny is the best thing for me in the whole world. It literally is. I love it. I am healthy. I don't have any eating disorders or anything like that. I'm just naturally back to the size through hard work and dedication. I gym literally 7 days a week. I've lost 3 stones since January. I've always been a size 6. I went on to gain a shit ton of weight. I was fat. I was disgusting. It was horrible. It was though because my sister died, so I was grieving. But now I'm back in my size 6 jeans and I literally feel like me again. I feel like it is such a currency to be skinny and hot. Oh my God. You know, if you don't believe and agree, that is fine. This is my page. This is what I want to say. This is what I want to post. But yeah, I feel hot. I feel amazing. It's Friday. I'm ready for the weekend.
A woman is saying that she loves being skinny, which is what she is. It is the exact same thing as a woman saying, I love being big. I love being thick. How many times have we heard women online say, I love being thick. Thick thighs save lives. You know what I mean? We've heard so much rhetoric around hating skinny women. Skinny women aren't real women. Thick thighs save lives. Oh, I love being thick. THICC. Fluffy this, fluffy that. Oh, body positivity. Well, body positivity is for women of all body types. It cannot just be for women of a bigger body type. And then it also can't be that you're condoning bullying or sidelining or negative talking about women who might fit closer to the stereotypical, often Eurocentric body type ideals. We all know it's the slim, thick. We all know it's the BBL look. We all know that it's the fluffy type of look, the bigger thighs, bigger bum, bigger chest, smaller waist. We all know that that's the stereotypical preferred body type of Black women in the diaspora. Black women in the Western world. If you go to the continent, they like all kinds, including the big women who aren't quote unquote shapely in the right places. So the body standards or the beauty standards is slightly different in Africa, on the continent, or in the Caribbean. But when it comes to beauty standards in the West, we know that there is a pressure to look a certain way as a black woman. And black women who never had the big bum, never had the thick thighs, who were skinny, who didn't have hips, they were called boys. They were called men. You're built like a man. You're built like a boy. They were bullied. They had comments from their families, comments from their quote unquote friends, comments from partners or former partners, boyfriends, whatever. They were bullied.
I know that I am skinny, okay? I've always been skinny. But I don't need nobody to sit here and tell me. I don't need nobody to sit here and tell me how small I am, or point out my weight, or tell me that I need to eat more, or tell me that I'm getting too skinny, or telling me that I am too skinny. That shit is hurtful.
You know, I just realized I used to get bullied a lot for being skinny when I was younger. All the time. All kinds of names. I have all the names in the book for being skinny.
I don't think a lot of you guys are looking at Slim Kim's statement about being skinny through a black lens, because being skinny in the black community is not like the highest beauty standard. It's always, shorter average women who are thick. That has always been the beauty standard for us. I am 5'8". I am skinny. I think the last time I weighed myself, I was like 135 pounds. My shoulders are a little bit wider. I don't really have that waist thing going on, and my hips are just non-existent. It really wasn't until this year where I finally came to terms with the fact that I am not going to be thick. I've always wanted to be thick. My entire family is thick, gorgeous, voluptuous bodies, and that's just not me. But I can still love myself for the way I am. I don't know what her intent was with that video because it was so vague. But yeah, I just think that we really need to analyze that aspect of being skinny within our own beauty standard.
And so if we're really going to say body positivity and, all of this good stuff around embracing different types of beauties or different types of looks and body types and hair textures and skin tones, it has to include those who quote unquote are closer to the stereotypical standard, even if it doesn't mean that they have the BBL shape. Being slim, being skinny in this world is seen as a privilege. So if we're going to say body positivity, we have to create room for those who might benefit from the beauty standard. It doesn't mean that they are our enemies. It doesn't mean that they are automatically big-headed and fatphobic and, all of these other things. It just simply means, look, if we're really, truly about body positivity, it has to include all bodies. Really, there is context behind weight and size and what that means in relation to, I guess you could say, your value or your worth in the dating world or in the general market of life, and how people are treated differently when they are bigger versus when they're smaller, or when they're seen as being attractive versus when they're seen as being unattractive, generally speaking. So I understand that, but we have to be careful not to project. We have to be careful to really check our feelings, check our emotions, and ensure that we are not putting something onto somebody else that doesn't belong to them. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. What do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comment section, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!